I thought we got back to what we have been doing the entire year on the defensive end. When you look at the Louisville game, we were not happy with the defense that we played. And credit to our guys for understanding that, the best thing that we've had going for us the entire year is our calling card on being able to defend guys. And Boston College has been playing well. They are, obviously have been a little unlucky the last two games. A total of 5 overtimes. The last 5 games, they've been making 11 threes per game, and we wanted to do a good job. I thought our guys were completely locked in on the defensive end from the start. I thought Jaden Taylor kind of set the tone for us early and really got after those guys, and certainly we came out and won. Something to build on. Something to build on, and I'm excited about the way we played, and we just got to continue to just play that way and get better. Questions?
Brendan talked about how this team isn't throwing the white flag,
Yep.
even after what happened Wednesday night. How different was the feel between Wednesday night and this?
Yeah, I challenged them a little bit. I just wanted to see what type of guys I've had in my locker room, and I think to a man, no one took anything personal. And they all were committed to say, hey, we looked at it as we have 7 regular season games and you start by taking one at a time. And, Brandon's comments is what we were all about the last couple of days. We locked in, everybody's on the same page. I even let them talk to each other and kind of holding each other accountable for what we were not doing. Sometimes when you lose a game, it wakes you up a little bit. And, we have lost a few of them, but most of them we've been in the game. The Louisville game woke us up because we just didn't like the way the separation was. Yeah.
The players remarked about the energy that the 2 GJs kind of gave them before the game. Could you sense a difference?
I didn't even know that they gave him energy before the game. But, I look up and I was like, man, hold on. DJ Burns, DJ Horn, they both sitting courtside. I mean, man, NIL is still good. I said, no, it was great to have those 3 in the building, the both DJs and Casey Morcell. And, it reminds you just 7, 8, 9 months ago, man, we just cut down nets as ACC champions in the Final Four. And it also reminds you that at one point, a lot of people were down on that team. And then obviously we ended up winning 9 straight games. Okay, not making that prediction now. But what I'm saying is, when you got basketball, it's a long season. You're never out of it, based on, the situation. And just to see those guys, I think is a great inspiration. They look good too. I was like, I wish I could snuck them in the game a little bit, at times. But we were able to win the game without them today playing. But you never know, I might get them in. With this new legislation that's coming, you can take a former player and play them 2 games just out throughout your year. I just got to pick which 2 it's going to be.
Kevin, you got some good play out of your big guys today.
Yes.
Production out
Yeah.
of them. Probably half of them offensively.
Yep.
And Ben was on the defensive end. That would be a big plus.
Chip, we coming into the year, we thought that would be one of our, best positions. And both of those guys hadn't played well enough to, obviously get us over the hump. It was so much pressure, been so much pressure on our guards because, we hadn't scored, but getting 17 from the 5. And I thought both of them were equally good today. They both played with great energy. They both did a great job, and we need that moving forward.
Kevin, as a coach, to see a happy locker room, how nice is that for you?
It's great for me because you think about this now. When you look at this, it's a very thin line. We could have had 8 of these. We just were unfortunate to be on the other side of it. I can point out the games where we didn't play well, and there were a lot of separation. At Wake Forest, a lot of separation, and then obviously at home against Louisville. If you look at every other game, we're in the game. Possibly to the last 4 minutes. And so it's good to see our guys back jumping around and happy, and hope they have a good time tonight. Not too much fun. We'll take off on tomorrow and then get back in there and work. But it was good to see them happy.
Kevin, you mentioned like in the game against Louisville, not playing Dennis was kind of a feeling, and then
Yep.
you made some nice plays there, especially in the second half of this one. What did you see from him, and what kind of confidence that you give him?
I told our guys, I said, I don't want anybody feelings to be hurt. But I told you guys moving forward, If I feel like a certain player can give us energy in a certain game, that's who I'm going to go with. And I thought playing Dennis, and Dennis gave us great energy early. He continued to play. I didn't think Dontrez had a really good game tonight, but I thought Dennis did a good job. And that's what we're going to do moving forward. Like, we got to find who's got it that night. There's not a lot of separation between 1 and 10. And so at the end of the day, be happy for your teammate. And I think, Trez was happy to see Dennis and vice versa.
Did you feel that you could force turnovers tonight because PC doesn't have a traditional point guard?
No, I didn't know, JC, that we would play as well as, forcing 16 turnovers. And I think our 12 turnovers may be the first or second most in ACC play this year. But I just thought we set the tone. I have to give Jaden Taylor a lot of credit. I mean, he really got after the ball at the beginning of the game. And then from that point on, they started Beetle. And unfortunately for Beetle, JT was playing really well. And I think he had 4 turnovers in 4 minutes. And that kind of set the tone for us.
Given where you guys sit in the standings, does it feel like you've kind of started a league, tournament going one by one at the end of the year?
Yeah, I just, we got 6. And we're going to take them one at a time, and we're going to see where we're at the end of it. And I just think that's the best approach to have. It doesn't matter if you say, all right, if I win this game, I win this. You gotta play them all, and we're going to lock in, and hopefully we can build on this one right here.
You shot 50%, I think, from on your 2-point shots, but really struggled from 3. Are you concerned about how many threes you took tonight?
No,
No.
we just didn't make them. I thought we had some great looks. I mean, Dontrez, I thought his looks were great. They just didn't go in. I didn't think he shot it with balance. But, threes are a tricky thing. We're not a team that make a lot of threes. When we do, it's an advantage. But we're typically a 5 or 6 make threes. 5 or 6 makes per game. So I'm not concerned. I mean, we just, if I felt like that they were jacking them up and they were bad shots, I would have a lot of concern. But I thought we had some great looks. And I want those guys to take those shots with confidence.
Talking about creating turnovers earlier, but how critical was it to actually catch those in? Something that you weren't able to do on Wednesday night against Louisville.
Yeah, I love our numbers. You talk about 15 points off of, 15 points off our turnovers, 18 points in transition. It was like I told our guys, man, this at the end of the game, man, it's the first time I've seen in a long time that we got all in transition and had dunks and did all the other stuff. We looked like we supposed to look. And that's because we created so much off our defense. This team's not blessed to be a great offensive team, but when we create stuff off our defense, we can score the basketball, and that's the way we have to play. I thought it was great. We were very active. We had 22 deflections at halftime. I don't know how many we finished with. We try to get 40 a game, but at halftime we had 22.
Now that this streak has ended, just how hard was it for you to kind of keep this whole thing together, doing this? Get to this point where you could win a game?
Honestly, not hard. I mean, we showed up every day. There's not one day that I felt like our guys felt sorry for themselves. I mean, we showed up and we worked every day. If you could see our practice every day, you would think that we were undefeated. Like, it was not hard. Like, now, internally, because we don't like to lose, but as far as our effort and how hard we competed against each other every day, it's great. We're not having a great year, but the standard here is you compete every day, and that's just where it is. I can't. If we don't, we just won't practice. I'll send you home. But we have a standard here and a culture here. Maybe we don't win them all, but we play hard all the time.
Did you send anybody home?
Huh?
Did you send anybody
No,
home?
I didn't.
Michael is
I did.
struggling a little bit offensively, but he had 6 assists, no turnovers. Can you speak to just the importance of him?
You know Michael don't play the March, right? He only stopped playing in March. This is all exhibition games for him. He just plays. Now, he hasn't played great offensively, but it was great to see him have 6 assists and no turnovers. I mean, that's just the bottom line. That's what he brings to our team. He's a calming force, and Trey's starting to play better basketball, so I can get him in a little bit and play different people at the point. But it's funny and it's crazy. I mean, if you want to talk about criticism, I get it. As a coach, I'm gonna get criticism. I'm a coach. That's what it is. But it's hard to understand how a guy like Michael can get criticized so much when he was so a part of something so special. Like we have. Sometimes I think we have short-term memory. 37 and 40 years. As you write, I want you to write that too. Hey, they're not having a good year, but think about 37 and 40 years that everybody told us, hey man, we ain't seen anything in 37, 40 years. Okay? I remember Dave at the end of his press conference saying, hey man, when he was hired, all he had to do was beat Carolina. How about winning championships? That's what we done. And so, a lot of people are, disappointed. There's nobody more disappointed than the folks in the locker room and all that other stuff. But, I saw the videos from the bell tower. I saw everybody in DC. I saw everybody at the Final Four. Man, understand, we did something really special, and this team's gonna keep fighting and keep fighting and keep fighting. But don't take it for granted, because a lot of folks took it for granted and they had to wait 40 years for it to happen. And we did something special. So that doesn't mean that this team gets grace. But Michael, man, the guy hit a great shot against Virginia. And boy, you would think he's the worst player ever played here. If it was up to him, he should have just retired. Right after the Virginia game, we're up to 9. So I get a little offended when it comes to my players. I don't get offended by me. I hate to tell you guys or anybody, I don't even read your shit. I really don't. I really don't. I'm talking about the social media stuff. But when I hear someone says something about my players, man, I got a problem with that, because those dudes punch the clock all the time. So I'm happy. We're going to continue to fight. I appreciate all you guys do. I mean, I think, reporting the facts are the facts. You got to do that sometime. But at the end of the day, somebody should understand that there's been something that special happened at NC State that happened in a long time. So have a great day. Hope you guys are well.
All right, you guys.